Here we are at it again. Alright, so this is Europa. Jupiter rises and sets and so on, whatever. I've learned that the surface material, it doesn't, like, here as you can see the striations in there, it doesn't matter, those striations. So everything that's flat here is surface. I don't know about the edge, like over there. I don't know about the edge of those walls, or some of these things that are sticking up here, like, well, that one there might be considered a rock. But it will tell you, for the most part, like, the things that are sticking up here, like this here, that's a plume right there. And I'm thinking hazard-wise, like, it wouldn't be a good idea to park too close to that thing. Like there seems to be debris that comes down when this thing shoots off. I mean, that's a pretty good effect right there. See, there's a bunch of stuff down there that could pose a hazard. So I'm thinking, you know, maybe I don't want to build that close. Where'd that plume go? And I can't see my stuff. There it is. Okay, there's the plume right there. That shoots up a bunch of stuff quite a bit in the air. So, you know, not to be too close to that. But I think one could put the atmospheric processor over there, and we're going to test that. And it doesn't matter where you put it, really, but it really isn't in the atmosphere. Oh, I know what I can do. I can go ahead and I can load that game up. Because I got the creative printer in there. Uh-huh. Bird. Wait, this isn't the... So they put the latest saves on the top there. That'll save me trouble for loading everything. Alright, so what I've had to do is actually drill for stuff so I can see what the name of these items are. So it's actually called Europa.surf. That one is. There's people talking here. Oh, is that part of the music? That might be part of the FX volume. Helmet HUD Interlace. Camera Bob, map and character. I thought I had that turned off. I haven't played this game for a while. There's some things we could check in here. I'm gonna crank this up and see if that voice is louder. But anyway, so that's that. Let me, what I'm gonna do is, oh crap. Well, my memory's not so good. We're gonna run over here and put this in here. So we gotta empty it first. I just hold that E button down and it will empty that. Well, I'll let that run for a minute. I could hear the guy talking, but I didn't hear the... So I've got EURP.surf. There should be something in there by now.
Roger that.
And this is EURP.OGRND. So that's the actual name of those products there. And if you jump on Europa, it doesn't have a lot of gravity, you end up flying in pretty good shape. I don't want to stick that in there. Well, I could, I suppose. See, I want to just drop this somewhere. And we have to go over and get this rig. Hook this bad boy up. I like the little talking effect in there. I guess it's kind of cool. If you put this on the ground crooked, and it doesn't go in, it'll end up flying just terribly. And for the longest time when I first started playing this game, I never knew how to do this right here to install this stuff. You have the tool, and you hit the Q button to get the tool to come up, whatever tool is in your inventory hand. I mean, it took me literally hours to figure out how to do that right there. I'm not kidding. I'm just not kidding you. That's how difficult the learning. You know, if people watch my stream and if people watch my stream, it will make things so much easier to play this game. Trust me. And it's not really a game; it's a sim. You know, I've talked to some certain people, and they say, "Ah, you're just playing a game. You're playing a game. It's not a game. It's not a sim, it's a game. Oops. I gotta install that, I guess. My bird is chiming in here. Yeah. Now, here's the deal, okay? There is no atmosphere on this planet. But that doesn't mean you can't collect anything. The question is there anything to collect? So we're going to find that out right now. Wait a second. Let's put that back down. First I want to go in here. Kind of scoot down to make things easier. And if I hit that little mouse button thing, I can move that all over the place. So let's see, that says EURP.ground and EURP.serve. And they're capitalized.
Analyzing.
See, I don't think... See, all those are capitalized. I don't know, when I get my mod in here, I'll have to look. We'll just have to play around with it or something. The game is sensitive to capitalization and that sort of thing.
I think I'll be there in ETA 5 minutes.
So I wrote those two down, and I know what each one means. So we're going to connect power up to this thing here. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. So if I go back, and we've got our... See, that's... I want to bring up my config list of resources on the screen here. And then in front of that... This is the modification that I made so far. It's taking a kind of a fair amount of time to do the drilling. I'm thinking about combining these drilling operations into one drill set. That's what I'm thinking of doing. The problem is I don't know how to do it. Meaning, Earth I haven't touched. Wait, if I go back, if I go back to the original, know I hadn't messed with the moon. Yes, I don't think I did. See, they got moon core sample. What is the stuff that comes up on Mars? Mars core. That's got another capital in there. Mars core sample for rocks. Mars soil for the soil. Oh. Oh, wait just a second. I want to see. I wonder if I look at Europa. Europa core. The soil is the surface. The surface is the ice. So if I do, let's take a chance and try something here. If I copy that, and I'll stick that over here. And I go to this one, and I change the ice is the surface. If I change that to that, and double up on this, oh, wait a minute. You know, it doesn't really matter. This is the first drilling operation, so if I could change this to a 2 and change this to well, if I change this to 6, 3 times 6 is 18. That's the H3, H3O. And then we drop both of these. And we call this the concentrate. Now we have that concentrate to work with. So there's one operation in the factory, and then there'll be a couple more using the concentrate. Maybe I can live with that, because of the fact that there's so little material to collect here. So if he does this, Oh, he's collecting 120 concentrate. So he can be running some operations here. Wait, this is going to be 3 times, isn't it? So this would be a 3. This would be a 3. This would be a 6. This would be a 9. See, I'm making an implication that the Europa soil is going to be the Europe.surface. If it doesn't, if this does not show up in the mod, I'm not sure what to do there. I'll have to figure it out as we go, I guess. So he gets these out of one operation, and then the rock is going to be the Europa core. This is core ice. This is surface ice. Oh, they got the. Wait a minute, what the hell am I doing? The surface is supposed to be the ice. They've got the wrong items here. And I've corrected that by making the surface the ice area. Whereas the rock is actually going to be the other stuff. Okay, that makes sense. See, they have it backwards. They're collecting the surface ice, they're collecting all of the metal stuff. But that's not true. I mean, they're calling it surface, but that should be the ice stuff. The core stuff is not the ice. I don't know what they've done here. But I'm going by the ground. It says surface here, so I'm assuming surface is the ice part because that was the flat surface. So the other stuff, the Europa core, is going to be the rock material. And you don't get the silicon dioxide and the water and stuff out of the rock. They got some other things. It's mixed up there, but I get that all straightened out here. So let's see, okay, so that's going to be Europa core, and this will be Europa ground concentrate. And this again will be multiplied by a factor of 3. And we'll get rid of these. And this will be multiplied by a factor of okay, so they're not using, we don't use the ceramic bit on the concentrated because it's already drilled. But I'm thinking we're gonna put something else in here. I'm dying here. I'm gonna put something else in here. We're gonna have what's called a laser UV. Maybe we'll have 10 units of that used. So this would be 30. Wait. I could probably use 10. 10 of the laser UV units. For process. Maybe we should use 5 ceramic bits. So that takes care of that conversion. And there's no, if you look in here, there's no atmosphere. There's no to split. And the only other Europa thing in here is the synthesis. And they're just taking Europa core and Europa soil and making fertilizer out of it. Oh, that's a new one. Oh yeah, Europa soil, right there. So we've got a concentrated wait, it's using it all in one process, isn't it? I wonder if I can use that same concentrate in a different process. I probably could. And just pick and choose between the two. Because you can only use it once anyway. aggregate soil. Yeah, but, well, I can make aggregate soil. Let me zip down to my main thing here. I think the Sith TCOM Z base works for Moon, Mars, Europa, Earth, asteroids, works for all of them. So that part I understand. So there's a base, there's a split TCOM base. Oh, okay. That works for Europa. It works for Europa, so I don't have to include that. Oh, shit. Pardon my French, but what I've got to do... Oh, that's going to be tricky. Wait a minute. Something's wrong. Oh, God. God. Did I lose something? Did I lose? I lost. Oh, God. Oh, shit. I think I lost some work. What the fuck did I do? No. Oh, there it is. I found it. Where the hell? Where the hell was this? Why did I... Oh, maybe I clicked on Mars. Alright, you see this list here, the base list? It's got that stuff in there. If I go to Split TCOM Europa... Okay, good. I didn't lose anything. It's got this stuff in here. Now, I don't know. I think I don't know if I made changes to any of the stuff that's on the bottom. I can take it back out. I can take all this stuff back out on the bottom. I don't think there's anything in there. Oh, there's the kaolinite and the iolite that I added to the Europa list. So what I have to do, what I think I can do is go back to the base and I know that's not in there. So what I can do is I'm going to do a fast one here. That's not the one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take everything that's on the bottom right here, edit, cut, I'll put that over there, and then I'm going to open up split tcom z base, and now I'm going to save this. And this is the one that's got the kaolin. Oh, I copied everything. What the hell? Why is Split Mars Rock in there? Oh my god. I don't know. I have an idea about something on that too now. Anyway, the zcom z base is saved. And I'll leave that open. But Split Mars Rock is in there. That I don't understand. Now I'm going to save this. And I'm just going to slide this over here. Now there's something else. If I've got Split Mars Rock, atmosphere, why do I have in the TCOM base list, why do I have Split Mars Rock in there? Oh, I didn't know this was in there. That's not supposed to be there. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a game save. And we'll call this mods Mars Europa. I'll put a number in there. Supposed to I can just X out of this, I think. I'm almost certain of it. So what I've got is the split Europa. And if I go, what I gotta do is I gotta look at something here. Because something got strangely waylaid. It doesn't make any sense. So if I open up split TCOM Mars, I've got all the split TCOM Mars stuff. So I'm gonna put that over here. And then I'm gonna open up the base. And slide that over here. Because I'm comparing. They better be the same. I don't know why they got added over there. Split TCOM Mars. Splits. It may have just got added by mistake when I did a copy. Okay. So I'm going to take the base. I'm going to take, this is not supposed to be in there. So we go from here. Now we're back to the base, which has the extra work in it. That's the way it's supposed to look like. Because now I'm seeing that the base is used in all the others. Oh, I'm glad I caught that mess. That would have froze the game because of duplicate whatchamacallit thingies. Alright, good. Excellent. Thank God for that. Alright, so that's that. So I should have 2 files up. Oh God, I've got, what the frig? Why, this is not supposed to, that's not supposed to be in there. Jesus. There's the base. And there's the Europa split. Okay, good. Now, I've got to go run the atmosphere and find out. I don't even know what to call it. I don't know what to call it, but we can call it something. You know? Something. It's got to call it something there. The synth base again works for everything. there's the methylamine. There's those two things that we got to work on. We're going to create a synthetic boron. We have to create a synthetic boron. We have to create a machine that produces laser UV. So I'll probably put that up here. I'm not sure how do I get that laser UV? And we've got to create the ceramic. The ceramic is the addition of all three of those compounds. The methanol we grow. I'm wondering if I can grow that methanol early. That's the question. It seems like I think I can, but we had to make the formic acid. There's the methanol. In order to make that stupid ceramic, we've got to have this stuff here. So, there's the ceramic. Oh, this is not the ceramic bit, this is the ceramic. This is the ceramic. And we output 10 units of it. And then what we've got to do this is the ceramic bit. This is the ceramic. Create ceramic. Now we input ceramic and we output ceramic bit. So we get 10 pieces of ceramic for this mixture, and for every piece of ceramic we get 10 bits. So one run gives us 100 ceramic bits. We could do, if I did 5, we could get 50. 10 runs would give us 50 ceramic bits. So let's see. That's removed. That's removed. We could use dewater. No, I've got 3 inputs here, don't I? Shit, that's the large. This is all the large machine to even do any of this. I have to have the large machine to do that, to do any of this. That's why I'm thinking at the beginning. I think the guy has to build that. He's got to build that that printer. He's got to build a printer first with that supply drop. So he could convert the iron and aluminum. Do we have... Okay, this was the... Here's the new aluminum iron. This outputs iron and aluminum. It's the carbon fiber. Now we use carbon fiber. Synthesize carbon fiber. But we're adding a ceramic to the carbon fiber in order to produce the other stuff. Carbon fiber, aluminum silicate. Just the ceramic. Tin ceramic is produced by this. See, we've got iron and aluminum. That outputs iron and aluminum. But we already have iron and aluminum. So we want to split to split aluminum oxide. We have to split the iron. That's a synthesis. That's not a split. We synthesize the iron and aluminum Wait just a minute. I don't think I can do that. Wait, huh? Okay, one ceramic, one chemical combination gives me 10 ceramic units. Where the hell did I combine? The carbon fiber, the ceramic, and the aluminum silicate combine to give me 10 iron and 10 aluminum. So I can split the iron and aluminum. Yeah, but 10 iron gives me 1 ceramic. Oh, it's just using. See, what I'm trying to do is what am I trying to do? Well, there's the boron and chloride mix, and there's the silicon tetrachloride mix. We actually have the silicon in the drop. So we can make the silicon tetrachloride. That's 14 units, or 4 units. Four units of chlorine. Plus the 3. That's 7. Seven units of chlorine. I'm getting 9 units out of one drilling operation. So I've got a theoretical gain of 2 units of chlorine for every drill operation. Plus I've got 2 sets of drill operations because I'm creating 10 ceramic bits total. I'm getting 10 units of ceramic. No, I got 50 ceramic bits. So I'll have more than enough chlorine at the beginning. It should work. because I'll have 50 bits here. Once this process goes through, I'll have 50 bits, and that's 10 runs, which is a total of like 90 chlorine. So if I use, wait a minute, 50. Yeah, it's 10 runs. So if I use 5 runs, that gives me like 45 chlorine. And if I use 5 runs down here, that's going to get me 75 kaolinite. 75 out of 5 runs. One carbon fiber and 1 ceramic is equivalent to 10 units of iron and aluminum. Well, this should be 5. So I'm outputting iron and aluminum. The question is, how do I make that large printer? It's the printer parts. I don't think there's enough material. See, I have to build. I wanted to reconvert that iron and aluminum that was in the bins. Actually, there's aluminium in there. Well, I can't do that because I can't cheat on the Mars. If I say that 10 units I'm getting 10 ceramic here. If one of these is equivalent to 5 units, it seems like it's a little bit more realistic. We're going to try it. So the iron and aluminum that's in the machine see, this is the only way to convert this stuff. I can't even do anything because I've got to have these 3 inputs to synthesize the... What am I synthesizing? The ceramic, methylamine, silicon tet, and bone color. I don't even think I have that on my list. I've got to add that in there. Not what I was just looking at. Alright, so we've got to add silicon tetrachloride. And do that here. And make that a 3. And this is going to be called silicon tet. Now boron, I'm thinking is sort of like a reddish color. Actually, boron is in here. Chlorine is in there. So, get boron, copy, paste, and this is going to be boron Cl. And we'll make it a lighter color. Okay, those have been added. I get 10 ceramic, and each ceramic gives me 5 units of iron and aluminum. Alright. Europa split. That's 3 of them. Synthesizing aluminum. I think it's all in there. Well, let's go play with this atmosphere and see what the hell happens here. This ought to be interesting here. This should be really interesting. But I'd be surprised nobody's probably ever even tried this. Uh-oh. What the hell is it saying? Oh, it's got the Europa ground in there.
Alright, I think we'll leave it low, so I'm gonna have to hit that.
We gotta empty that first. Oh, it says no resource.
The solar panels are really covered in dust, so I'm gonna have to take that stuff off.
It says no resource. I think we can add it. I think we can add it. The only one that we can use if we look at if we look at Spliticum Mars, we have a resource called Mars atmosphere. We should be able to use this, but we can only call it Mars atmosphere. I don't have access to... I can't change the controller. I guess we're not going to be using it. Makes too much damn noise anyway. Okay, well... let's make the, let's make the laser UV. So for that we need... we gotta synthesize this in a base. LAZRUV. Now, what I'm thinking is we've got to have energy. We have to have a crystal. And we have to have the magnetic fusion thing that I was talking about. laser is going to be used to split the boron. So their output's going to be laser UV. Let's take a look at UV cutting laser. Kapton and peak. Kapton polyimide films. That must be what the thing is made of. Sample is CO2, helium, nitrogen, iron, xenon, CO2. CO2 laser cutting machine. Why don't they tell you what? Gallium nitride. Cerium. Neodymium doped fluoride fibers can be used for lasers at lower power levels. Argon lasers. Ew, much harder plasma emission is. Ooh, okay. Nitrogen lasers and the strong specifically for the electronics can. Oh, they are very expensive. We could use an argon laser. Yeah, lasers. I use argon because that's part of the light source anyway. Yeah, but shit, now where the hell am I going to get the argon? This ain't argon. Sulfuric acid hydrate. It's the tholins. Organic compounds are a combination of nitrogen and water. So there's, it says here, another hypothesis for the colored regions is that they're composed of abiotic organic compounds collectively called tholins. Morphology of craters and ridges suggest that fluidized material welling up from the fractures where calcium is in order to generate the colored tholins. There must be a surface source of materials, carbon, nitrogen, and water. Oh, okay. So we do the drilling along those lines. And there we get our CO2, some methane, and nitrogen, and even water. So we're going to use an argon laser. And I'm assuming, I guess we're going to pick up argon. Maybe we could pick up a unit of argon and boron. Those little constituents in there out of 120. So what I'm going to have to do here is go to here. This is my list here. Alright, that's one of the rules. It is here that we will find the trace elements, as well as the others. No chlorine. Some chlorine will come out of both. Well, actually, that's right. I have to use the rocks. Well, that would be surface. This is the surface. Oh, crap. Game-wise, only the... I should capitalize that. Rock elements. So we have to limit ourselves to that. Some chlorine will come out of both surface and rock. Surface. So we're looking for... The sodium and salt are extracted separately. We're looking for the sulfuric acid. It's actually a hydrate. So it's sulfuric acid plus water. And then we get magnesium sulfate. We're collecting those. And methane. Let's see. So now we've got access to carbon, CO2, CH4, and 2. Maybe 10 parts, so 10 units, I guess. Let's go to, let's see here, split Europa, ground, concentrated. Oh, this would be a drilling operation. I think. I wonder if the drilling operation plus the laser, you know what I mean? Like, the laser should be in there as well. That implies using that large. Okay, so for the surface ice, we wouldn't need the laser. For this, the laser is used to take this stuff out, magnesium sulfate. Yeah, I think I should use that for, that's a silicon. So there's always some silicon. Why not, oh, I see what I'm doing. I'd have to do another run. Good, act up, you stupid fucking computer, because I don't give a shit here. Goddamn bullshit. Telling you on this other computer. See, so far I'm getting all of this stuff out with a small machine, but I wonder if I can replace that drop with a large... Oh, I can't because it'll freak up the machine. Unless if I take out the... What about the food and the water? I'd have to drop all that food down there too. Units of sulfuric acid. The sulfuric acid is used for we're inputting 3 units of sulfuric acid to get 1 carbon fiber. We're collecting 10. That's a total of 3 runs. That's 3 carbon fiber. So we should have enough materials to get at least 3 of each of these. No. Yeah. Providing we have 21 units of chlorine. That would give us 30 ceramics. So 15 ceramics. Even 10 ceramics would give us 50 iron and 50 aluminum. It's a lot of operations, but I think they can all be done in one day. I think. If we can make 50 to 100 aluminum and iron per day, plus the carbon fiber, we're actually making that. See, I still have to start with that damn grow bed, I think. We have to start creating them. I only get 1 unit of methanol. I have to use... Wait a minute. This one uses nutrient 2. I'm just not going to get methanol out of that. I don't think I synthesize. I can't synthesize methane. I'm not synthesizing methanol. It's just grown out of that stuff. 3 nutrient trees. Solid waste. It uses clean water. We'll have to save up on potassium. Solid waste. That's a micronutrient. That's putting out a methane. But I gotta grow this solid waste though. I think I have to do this micronutrients and nutrients. I gotta do this whole nutrient shit here. Dewater magnesium. Magnesium sulfate. Water, Epsom salt. Ammonia. Hydrogen and nitrogen. So we can make ammonia. Nitrogen and oxygen. Synthesize hydrogen and nitrogen. We can't make a lot of it to use. Well, that's possible. We could make ammonia. Just a second. Dewater and chlorine outputs ammonia? Recycling dirty water into drinking water. Why is ammonia coming out of this? That doesn't make any sense. That shouldn't be there. Maybe there's a reason for that. I don't know. I have no idea. It's part of the process, I guess. So maybe we have to start out making clean water, because we have to use that water to make the micronutrient. Weak at 60. Calcium. There's iron. Um, how the hell am I going to do nutrient 1? So much to freaking do here. We're gonna change. Did I add that? Argon is a blue-green color. So this would be wait a minute. Should change that number up there. Argon laser. Let's do it different. Laser argon. That's too light of a color. laser arc. Now we have to be able to make that. We've got to collect the argon. Oh, we collect. This is out of the ground. Okay. So we've got magnesium sulfate. We're using the same concentrate here. We can use it for any one of our operations. We're pulling silicon out of this all the time, aren't we? Silicon. Excuse me. That should just come out of... Yeah, let's take the silicon out and put in, there's silicon, carbon dioxide, yeah, that's like frozen ice. That would be a constituent in the rock. We could probably pull out probably 10 units of it. Frozen carbon dioxide. Because we're going to need a fair amount of carbon anyway. And it's probably in there. And for here, this one, we got to pull out we have to do each of these separate. Uses 10 laser UV units. Could make it 1 or something. I have to figure that out. Because I've got iron. I got a bunch of these I've got to get. This iron's for the food. It's for the nutrients. I need the iron and the calcium. Actually, what I could do is I could do a 3 unit for the iron and the calcium. I can't because I need to grow that shit. Damn. Iron. That's why I'm considering the order. Why can't I do calcium here instead of the CO2? It's specific, you know what I mean? This should be the hint as far as why these items are taken out. They're not going to be that many units either. Like 1 unit or something. How many do I need? One unit of iron and 1 unit of calcium gets me 20 nutrient 2s. And I only need, that's enough for 4 processes. That's enough for 4 units of methanol. And the 4 units of methanol will go back here to make the methylamine. So if I get 4 units of that, that's going to give me 40 drill bits. It's really hard to get started in the process. Oh, this is going to be... Oh, this is going to be a laser ARG. To make the battery, I could pick up 1 unit of the nickel. I'm not doing that process. Not doing this process. I have to do the stainless steel. Okay, Allen bar 3. Allen bar 3. I would have to do those first 3 processes. That's 10 runs to get iron. God. Manganese? I don't even have that in there, I don't think. I take the Allen bar 3 to make the stainless steel just for the batteries. It says I need 7 units of it to get 10 stainless steel. And I only need 1 stainless steel and 10 plastic, and I've got 1 battery parts 2. So if I make 10 stainless, can I make 10 stainless steel? 10 stainless steel. That would get me 10 battery parts too. I'd have to collect a zinc. Chromium. Nickel. My God. Zinc. Chromium. Nickel. Iron. And calcium. And I need iron to make the Allen bar 3. That's just iron low grade. I'd have to convert the iron to iron low grade. Wait, what if I already have iron? I'm using 3 units of chromium. Var 3 is essentially iron. I can't put iron in here. Oh, I have to convert the iron to iron low grade. That's a recombine. Iron low grade. And how is the split base? Better not be on that list. Oh, it's splitting iron oxide. Ah, okay. So maybe we're collecting iron oxide and not iron. And that will convert it to iron low grade for the stainless steel. What about the iron? Shit. How do I get the frickin' iron for the damn? Oh, I could make it iron low grade. Instead of using... Yeah, I don't have to use refined iron. Actually, why the hell did I choose refined iron in there? That is aluminum put into it though. If it's a low grade iron, okay, wait, so what we should do, here we're treating it with manganese to get rid of the sulfur. But sulfur is part of hydrogen sulfide. Maybe we're not we're getting rid of some component of the sulfur. Actually, that's a good thing. Var 3. And iron, so this is iron oxide, not iron. That's what we're getting, that's what we're drilling out. So that's probably calcium. I think calcium's going to be a separate element. I got zinc. I can take out a unit of boron, probably. Iron oxide. So what I'm thinking is using Elenvar 3. If I get the iron oxide, then I transmute that to... that becomes the low grade. Then I just mix water with it, and I input manganese. Okay, now I've got to do manganese. That's got to be in there. This one here we don't do. I don't need that. But the stainless steel uses Elenvar 3, and that's when the chromium is added, which we don't use. So what we can do is we can change... I thought I did this once before. The nutrient, instead of using iron and calcium, we're going to use Elenvar 3. And that will solve both problems. And there's no iron constituents in there for the rest of all of that. Like it. It's going to work. So, but I need to collect iron oxide. I've got calcium. Okay, see, it collects iron oxide. Okay, that's what I wanted to find out right there. So this is actually iron oxide, not iron. Well, it's going to have to be like 5 units if we're going to get the calcium. I think I gotta go turn on a light and get some water and shit. There's a lot of work to do here. I thought this would be a little easier, but it's working out. It's just some refining of those processes to make everything work, you know? Like we want batteries, all that good shit, you know? Uh-oh. I gotta turn down the mic because a bird might friggin' scream on me here. Don't ask me how, but I just lost the pen. I had it right in my hands, went to go get a drink, came back, and all of a sudden the pen is gone. Somebody please explain that to me. I've got to collect argon. So we've got to do a process to make that laser. Now see, the laser should be able to be reused. Hmm. Alright, we're collecting probably the manganese and the argon. Now these are like, that's like 1 unit, you know? Oh, what's this Europa ice concentrate doing here? See, we get the concentrate, then we use it. And after that, that's gone. So over here, we get the ground concentrate, hopefully from the core. We use it, and it's gone. Wait, we use it. In this first collection, we've got this, don't we? So why don't we change this to 100. I just want to get over there and save my stuff. Oh, wait. The eye light. Let me go back to the Tholins. Oh God, can I find that list? I could just look up eye light because I know that's the one that had the. Oh God. Eye light. Okay, this is the one that's got the iron, the magnesium, and the aluminum in it. Oh, it's even got potassium in there. So, if I go back to, we've got output, we've got eye light here. But magnesium sulfate, that's separate. The sulfuric acid is separate. So that's H2SO4 and magnesium sulfate. That's the magnesium component. So there's still this aluminum component. Oh, so we're collecting the iron and the aluminum. But it's not iron oxide, it's iron. Let's just do, let's change this to eye light. And we collect, let's see, 15, 30, well, we could do just 15 units of it, really. Oh, no, we can't. Well, yeah, we could. Why couldn't we do that? Excuse me. 15 units, and we'll get 1 unit of iron oxide, and a unit of calcium. Calcium's not in there, though. This is going to be aluminum, but I'm not even using aluminum. I could make it potassium, I guess. So the iron oxide and potassium out of 15 units. And I don't need that much iron. I'd have to do, well, 10 runs. I'd have to do 10 runs to get 10 of that iron oxide I mean, it's going to take several days to do these runs and collect these substances. If I look back, let's see. So I got a 1-for-1 iron oxide to iron low grade. And if I do 10 runs, if I do 10 runs, that gets me 20 units of Elenvar 3. And I could use it for the stainless steel. What, did I say 10 units? No, I said 20. So I could get, out of one run, I could get 10 units of stainless steel right there. So that's enough to make the battery. And then the other is Elenvar 3. I didn't put nitrogen down in there, did I? We still have to collect CH4 and nitrogen. Where the hell? Alright, there's Elenvar 3 and the calcium. That gets me nutrient 1. Then we add magnesium and phosphorus. Phosphorus comes out of solid waste. Oh, wait, do I have any liquid waste? There's no liquid waste coming out of this, is there? Solid waste, carbon dioxide. I got D water. Solid waste, carbon dioxide, fertilizer. D water. That's what I was afraid of. The only source for phosphorus is coming out of the liquid waste. Potassium and phosphorus. I could change this D water to liquid waste. But I was looking for another source of water. Oh, the liquid waste will give me... Liquid waste is 20. That gives me... You know what? Let's change this to 20. The heck with it. Let's change it to 20. And then I'll change this D water liquid waste, and they'll give us our phosphorus. I didn't have that before. So that's some major big changes right there. Now I've got to go back to the split and the synth bases have been saved. Oh god, I've got 2 of them listed now. How the hell did I get 2 of those things listed? Oh my god, why is there 2 of these frigging things in here? Fuck. That's the one I'm working on. Yep, that doesn't need to be there. Well, potassium does come out of that eyelite, so I mean we could use that. That's part of the... That will help with some synthesis at the beginning here, I think. Oh, where the hell is it? Well, it's just phosphorus. It doesn't use potassium. Yeah, it does. Potassium right here. And then phosphorus and magnesium. Okay, that's good. I like it. Iron oxide and potassium. Then we've got, that comes out of the eyelite. And the other one is supposed to be used for the aluminosilicate. Oh, that would be in the splitting. I think I even have 2 of those. I ought to pull this one out because that'll make it confusing. I mean, there's a way. Yeah, let's pull this. I don't want that in there. So we're using the eyelite to pull out iron oxide, potassium, what else? There's magnesium and silicon in there. Aluminum. We're just using it to pull out the iron and the potassium, I guess. There's actually 2 units in there. Two units of iron. Elements for nutrient. Now we've got manganese and argon, and I've got 1 unit of argon and 10. We're gonna change this laser business here. Let's change this to a 1. Uh-huh. And let's go back to our synthesis. And we have to make the laser. I don't think that's in here. This is gotta be AR. We're making a laser here. Oh, you know what we could do? I'll put aluminum. Let's do something with this. So we're making the basic laser, and then we're gonna make oh, I can't remember how many letters we're allowed to use here. Ln var 2, that works, so that's 4, that's 8. Laser is 5, 6, 7, 8, so I can only go 8 letters. Otherwise it'll crash and it won't work. So let's say that we make 5 lasers, and each one of these 5 lasers wait, this is gonna be laser. And each one of these, and we're going to add, we had the argon. Close this off here, and then we don't need that, and that's going to give me, see, I got 5 lasers, but I've got a lot of argon to create the lasers with, is what I'm thinking. That's aluminum and carbon dioxide. That should be aluminum and silicon dioxide. 1 laser and 1 argon. No, that's not right. That can't be right. I'm making 5 lasers. So 1 laser and 1 argon is going to make me at least 10 of those. Now, as far as the number of processes I've got total, I haven't counted them yet. Because I've still got to add some. I'm just going to copy this and deal with that concentrate thing later. Six. Is that too many numbers? Oh God. That's way too long. I'll have to change those. I have to shorten that up to less than 8. Alright, I've got manganese and I've got argon. And I'm only getting 1 unit per pull. So if I get, let's say if I get 5 of those, let's say if I get 5 units of argon. Five units is going to get me 50 of these. Okay, now the carbon fiber and the ceramic is going to be a little bit more common. I got to deal with the chlorine business too. I'm supposed to have 7 or 10 chlorine total. That's going to get me 50 laser args, which is more than enough for, that's got to be at least 2 processes here. So I need one of those. I gotta do with this concentrate number at the end. I don't believe there's anything there. And I've got to do with the chlorine. I got 9 here. Alright, so that's taken care of. Does it B2? This would be a 1. And this would be 2. 2A. 2B. Or not 2B. I always keep doing saves because you never know when the power goes out. Okay, let me go to my, I'm only using concentrates, I'm not using the other. So let's go and get rid of the trace. ice concentrate and ground concentrate. So I'm only getting the ground concentrate, and I'm getting this stuff here. Magnesium sulfate and CO2. I don't need this. I could put an aggregate soil in there. I could put 10 units of aggregate soil as a waste product. I gotta go find that. Because I need that to make the Ellenvar. Okay, that'll work. That will work right there. I knew there was something I had to do with that. Sulfuric acid, carbon dioxide. Yeah, it's probably, you know what, let's change this to 20. Well, let's make it 10. What the hell? Alright, sulfuric acid. More carbon dioxide, I guess. Iolite, iron oxide, and potassium. Aggregate soil. None. Manganese and argon. Aggregate soil. 10. I don't know what the fertilizer uses. Aggregate soil. There's a synth. There's a synth Europa. No, see, I gotta do with that. This is not. I'm not gonna use this here. Synth Ticom Europa. So now if I wanted to, I could probably take only the synthesized products that work for Europa and put them in here. I don't know that yet. If I do, which would be interesting to know. That would be an interesting idea to know, like that iolite and stuff. Let's just put this in there for now. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to do another little trick here. We're going to take the synth TCOM base. No, actually, no, I don't know if I want to do that. What if I want to create this stuff in Take on Mars, on the Mars side as well. And see if we can do, although there's the highlight. We can make the ceramic. That does, oh, the ceramic making the methylamine uses the aluminosilicate, doesn't it? And that only comes from that material, unless if I can synthesize this. God. No, I don't use this. I use the ceramic. No, I do use the ceramic, but I don't use the high-speed drill to get the stuff. Is it the collection? Oh, it's just this one. Now, what if we were to take this? This is the base. Okay, so this does not apply to Mars. Because there's no aluminosilicate on Mars. There's no kaolinite on Mars. So what if we... If I take this out, I need a... I'd like a way to make aluminosilicate. That's a split. That's not a combine. Split Europa. Alright. I got that there, but I want a way to make aluminosilicate in, that would be synth Mars, wouldn't it? Synth TCOM Mars. And not the base. Just out of curiosity here. I'm going to make it a very simple conversion here. And what we're going to do so we're going to input aluminum, and silicon, and we're going to output. Now I know that's not the right proportions or nothing, I don't really care. I just want to see how the entry works. So now I've got a way in Mars to create the endgame content for the ceramic. Because I'm just combining these two and making aluminosilicate for the catalyst. It's that easy. Now this is in here because it pertains to Mars, so I got that sorted. Now I have to go back in here and iron oxide, potassium, manganese, and argon. Now we've got to do, I got calcium and iron oxide. I still have zinc, chromium, nickel, methane, and nitrogen to pull. I'm not going to pull methane. Let's pull nitrogen. Two units. And zinc. Zinc and chromium, I think. And the only thing that's not being pulled is nickel. And it's really not used in anything. Now let me just go back down and verify that mess. Like nickel is a catalyst. See here, to create methane you've got to use nickel as a catalyst. But we're not creating methane, we're going to grow it. The nickel's not available. So theoretically that combined process only works for Mars to synthesize methane. It doesn't work on we don't have no nickel. So if I take this and cut it, and put it on Take on Mars synthesis. So I'm looking for my nickel right now. Did I collect the boron? I got it written down. There's an input of nickel here, but I'm not going to remove this because it's in order and everything. I'm not removing that. I'm not screwing up that order. What is this output iron? Oh, okay, that's for the building. Here we make 5 lasers with 1 argon. We've got 10 laser argon. So I've got to add laser to my list here. $215, $245. This is going to be a laser. That's in there. Okay, that's good. Let me go back to my split decom Europa. I've got everything except nickel. Where the hell's the boron? Hydrogen, oxygen. I've got sodium, silicon, and chlorine. Magnesium sulfate, carbon dioxide. Sulfur dioxide, iron oxide, potassium. Manganese and argon. I don't have boron. Boron. Oh, we were gonna we're going to crack the carbon to make the boron is how we're going to do that. I could just collect it, I suppose, and make it easy, you know. Perhaps the boron's hidden in the water. See, originally I collected sodium. There's no boron. I'm not collecting boron. What am I going to do with that? Ground. I'm going to have to collect it out of the ground, I guess. I don't want to deal with some other issues. I gotta put another one in here. This can go disappear. Cool ice, silicon dioxide. This is what the game originally came with right here. You can see the constituents are like a lot higher. I don't think there's methane. We have to grow the methane. That's one of the main aspects of this whole entire process, is we've got to grow the methane to make the stuff, to make the ceramic bits in order to drill. So now the whole deal is, where do we get the ceramic bit to begin with? We can't even drill anything unless we get the ceramic bit. And we can't do anything unless we grow the methanol. You know what I mean? Yeah, I got that story right, you know? That's right, yeah, you know that story, huh? Yep, that's right. That bird, he flicked his head and goes, you're funny, I gotta make me something to eat, don't I? It's 8:30 already. I feel like I'm getting almost done with this. How do we get the ceramic bits to begin with? I have no freaking clue. Manganese, argon. We could do it there. Do we have an aggregate soil anywhere? We have it coming out of here and here, don't we? So we can. What the? We can. I can pull the boron out right here. Granted, it's only one unit. But there it is. That's the end of it right there. Now I've got to lessen the amount of numbers on all of these. So I've got, if I can do it from the beginning, I've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Euro is 4, pace is 4, and that's 10. So those are too long. And these are Euro is 4. So they're all 10 units. So I've got to get off, I've got to strip off 2 characters. Euro PA. I can do it on this. I take off the PA. Uh-oh. Cool beans. Oh, that's not even part of what we're doing. So we've got Europa core and Europa soil, and that's what we're using up here. So I can get rid of all of this stuff here. We're not using any of this. And we'll bring up this kaolinite. Save this. Now, honestly, I think the only problem that I've got we have to do the rest of the chemical formula for the ceramic bit. I'm just going to X right out of these and save everything. There, everything is saved. I'm going to make another backup. I'll just double check the chemistry here. Did I do the wage cement? Did I do? 10 units of boron. That's not right. And that's not right either. Those are trace elements. It looks like we're just... Oh, what are we doing? We're outputting aluminum silicate from kaolinite, aren't we? Carbon. Split. Oh, let's put the laser in there. That was the whole idea. Taking the laser and knocking off an atom to give me that aluminum silicate. That was the whole idea behind doing a laser right there. So this is how we get our stuff. So the only problem is getting... If we grow the methanol, we still have to drill for that stuff. Ceramic. Ceramic bits. We could supply some ceramic bits with the astronaut to get the drilling process started. Like 1 can of it. And then he's got to make more ceramic bits. He's got to make the ceramic. Then he makes more ceramic bits. So, the first process is to make the ceramic bits. Then he's got to make the laser, which is... He's got to have both the carbon fiber. He's got to have the ceramic. He's got to have the salami. You know what I mean? Okay, good. I'm glad you figured that out. There's the carbon fiber. Sulfuric acid uses 3 units of it to get 1 unit of carbon fiber. Well, how is the ceramic? Oh, the ceramic's up there. I still gotta make these other 2 chemicals. Input ceramic. Where? Oh, the ceramic comes from this. There's gonna be a shitload of cans floating around. A lot of confusion. See, that uses a carbon fiber. But only one of them gets me 5 lasers. Okay, and 5 lasers gets me 50 of those others. So he doesn't really need that much to start with. He doesn't need that much. 5 aluminosilicates. That's a split, isn't it? Split TCOM Mars. No. That's a 1-for-1 right there. And the kaolinite, he gets 15 out of the first pull. So there's 15 kaolinites. So there's 15 aluminosilicates right off the bat right there. That's enough for 3 runs. My bird. It's gotta work. The only problem is I've got to supply him with ceramic bits to start the process off. That's the only thing I'm seeing right now. And then he's got to grow that methanol. And in order to do that, he's got to go through the beginning process of the iron. He'll have to get 10 iron low grades. That's 5 runs of the iron oxide. And that gives 20 Ellen bar 3. And the Ellen bar 3 goes down to make magnesium sulfate, to make the Epsom salt. The Epsom salt is used, well actually that's used in nutrient 3. I need 5 units of, I need nutrient 2. Phosphorus. To get the fertilizer, he's got to have nutrient 3, so he does make the Epsom salt. So we put that in there. Purify up some water. And he's got 6 methanol. That's 6. Oh, that's only solid waste there. This will be the first time I use all this crap. Oh, see, he's got to have that large output, that large machine. So he can't do anything until he builds that to get the large machine to do everything. Oh, let's X out of that, X out of that. And what I've got to do now is X out of that. I have to, somewhere I wrote in my notes the sizes of everything. I've got some notes written down. If we go over here and look at this, you know what? I think the Mars resource and the Europa resource I think it's completely all done except for the fertilizer thing's got to do a little bit of work, and the rest of those two chemicals to make the ceramic, and it's done. You know, it is done. We've got Europa. We've got Europa. It's gonna reach over there. Okay, I don't know why I can't disconnect this. I wasn't close enough. So here's the deal, okay? The original design plan was to build for the MMRTG. Alright? So for that size right there, that requires a 2 large printer. Requires a 2 by 2 by 3. However, if we don't provide a large machine in a drop, let's say, so you've got the small one and the large one. Now you can see that baby uses a lot of iron. So we're talking 30 pieces of ceramic right there, just for the iron. The question is, can he build the large printer with the stuff that he has on the supply drop? I don't think so. Look at the size of this. This is a 3, and if it's 2.9, I don't think it works. It's got to be a 4. That's a 3 by 4 by 2 right there. If he has 2 supply drops with the iron and wait a minute. To build the parts, we need things like iron, aluminum, and silicon. So we need all of that. And there's not enough. There's only enough to build like a 2 by 2 by 3 or something. You can't build a bigger one. There's just not enough. But with 2 drops, I think it can be done. So we're talking, we want the MMRTG, which is a 2 by 2 by 3, and we have to have this guy, which is that's a 2 by 2 by 3. We have to have the large printer. I mean the large material factory. That's a 3 by 3 by 2. No, it's a 3 by 4 by 2. But since we need the MMRTG, you see on the end, that number on the end, that number's got to be bigger. So we have to have a minimum of a 3 by 4 by 3. That's the smallest one we need to build right there. All the other stuff will fit in there. The modular components, that'll fit in there. Uh-oh, wait. That one won't. That's a 3 by 3 by 4. That's a door frame with a floor. Door frame. modular construction. If we can get that, that's our home. If we can build this, a small one, those are windowed. Wait, we're not building modular construction.
Yes, Roger, let's get back.
That's modular. We're building this one. That doesn't use... Oh god, that's a 3 by 3 by 3. That will fit in. That's a large one though. We can use a small one. I think we can build that small unit. The reason for building this that's a 3 on the end. There's the airlock door. That's a 3 on the end. That's the only one we can't build right there.
Yeah,
Door frame with floor. Like, I don't think we need that at the beginning. That's the modular. Now what else was it? Damn it. Oh yeah. I mean, like, some of this, we could build that. There's the buggy. That's a 5 by 3. So if we built it with a 5 by 4 by 3, we could build a buggy. Yeah. Packed pop tent. Okay. The only other thing that's needed to be built would be this guy. That will fit. Oh god. That's not gonna fit in there. That's our food source. We have to build that too. So now we're talking a 3, a pen that doesn't write, 3 by, oh my god, what is wrong with this pen? 4, I don't believe this fucking pen. This notebook is pissing me off here. 3 by 4 by 4, that's the minimum size we gotta have. And I'm not even sure. That's length, width, height. Length, width, and height. That's what it's got to be right there. That'll fit the hydroponics and the water station. So all I got left to do is just do those 2 chemical equations. And I'm going to take a break and make some supper, and we finish the rest of that later.